Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Good morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Toledo on this 19th day of April 2026. Toledo Unitarians, we are glad you are here, whether in our sanctuary or on our YouTube channel. We welcome everyone as we sang in our opening song. We are a church with no official creed, and our only doctrine is love. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. I'm Angie Fitzpatrick, today's service associate. I'm here with Judy Lee Trautman, who will be presenting our annual Green Sanctuary Service in honor of Earth Day, which is it's coming up. It's soon, Wednesday. Okay. So we have Jeffrey Maxey, our music director, at the piano today, and he's also directing the First Unitarian Choir. Terry Acox will read Ginny Gottman's story today for the children. And our tech crew includes Jeff Slauson on camera and David Strickler on sound. There are many more church members helping today too, with greeters in the lobby, religious education helpers for today's activities with children. And we have a kitchen crew led by Carla Logan Mercer preparing for coffee hour. If you are a visitor, you may notice several cards in the pew rack in front of you. There are a couple you might want to take with you. There is also a yellow card that you may use to introduce yourself to us. If you include your email address, we'll send you our weekly email with news of our various activities. As you meet people today, feel free to introduce yourself and ask any questions you may have. If you're looking for still more information, outside our church office is a rack with several informative brochures about Unitarian Universalism. Now, a couple of points to make this a sacred space for all in attendance. If you have an electronic device, please put it on silent or vibrate only mode, including for any notifications you may receive. We have candles in the front of the sanctuary. You're welcome to come up and light them for your personal joys or concerns anytime music is playing during the service. We hope this time serves your spirit.
For the earth forever turning, for the skies for every sea, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we the joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures, in their silent majesty, for the stars, for all the heavens, sing we a joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we a joyful praise to thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gave us birth.
As Angie lights the chalice, let us say together these words in your order of service and on the screen. Our chalice has a spirit of Unitarian Universalism. We light it centered in love. May it glow with sacredness and shine for each and for all. Now let us continue to recite together as Angie leads us in our covenant, which is not a creed, but which is in general agreement with our congregation.
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. We will now sing hymn 1064, Blue Boat Home, in the Teal hymnal. Please stand as you are willing and able.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sailor, moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry seas, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred and pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens and the beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, breathe the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
This is Bud Finds Her Gift by Robin Wall Kimmerer, illustrated by Nako Stoop. There once was a little child called Bud who was very good at noticing. She noticed the shape of clouds, the smell of cookies baking, and even where Daddy had left his keys. And she noticed that everyone always had something important to do, everyone but her. So she went to talk to Nokomis. Everyone is doing big, important things, Bud told her grandmother. I want to do something big and important too. Nokomis nodded. Come with me tomorrow morning and we will do something very important indeed. At sunrise, Bud and Nokomis walked uphill to stand beside a tall tree. Raising her arms in the new light, Nokomis said, Good morning, morning. Thank you for the gift of this day. Thank you for all the gifts we are given. Bud watched and waited. Then she asked, will we do the important thing soon? Nokomis laughed. This is the important thing, taking time for noticing and saying thank you for the gifts of the earth. The next morning, Bud stood by the same tall tree, noticing as hard as she could. Noticing with her eyes, she saw the colors of the sky. Noticing with her toes, she felt the dewy grass. Noticing with her ears, she heard a beautiful bird song. The music drifting from the treetop did feel like a gift. Thank you, Robin, Bud said. Bud watched Robin pick at a bit of moss and carry it to a branch. Noticing with her fingers, she found it was soft, like cloth. You give gifts to the birds, Bud said, and we all get to hear their songs. Thank you, moss. Soon Robin was eating berries. Everyone likes berries, Bud thought. Then Robin pooped on the soil. The little pile of poop made Bud laugh, but she noticed it was full of strawberry seeds, seeds Robin had just planted. Thank you, poop, she said, then giggled. The more Bud noticed, the more thankful she became. Saying thank you for all these gifts was very important indeed, but was it enough? It was time to talk to Nokomis again. I can't make nests or leaves or berries, Nokomis. What is my gift? Nokomis hugged Bud. Don't think of things you can't do. Notice instead what you can do. Those are your gifts, my dear. Bud thought about Nokomis's words. She began to notice herself. Bud noticed her arms and her legs. She noticed her voice. She noticed happiness growing inside her. She realized that these were her gifts to share with the earth. Bud called, Nokomis, I found my big important thing to do. I have gifts to give too. Well done, my little Bud, Nokomis said. Now listen. What do you hear? Bud listened. It was as if everyone, including Robin, the moss, and even the little poop, was singing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. You will know that your gift is true. When you hear the earth, be thankful for you.
Now let's sing for the children as they leave with their teachers to their classrooms.
As you go on your way, may you be filled with gladness. Go in joy, go in joy. May fortune bless your day with peace and loving kindness. Go in love, go in love.
In this first intentional spiritual practice, we look beyond ourselves to issues affecting our community, our nation, and the world. Although there are many critical issues facing us in the world, and war is a serious one, I will focus mainly on climate change and other ecological issues we are facing and will be facing in the near future. Of course, war would rightly be considered a major factor in carbon emissions and loss of people, animals, and land damage. I will comment on the overall issues affecting our planet. The most severe issues of climate change include intensified extreme weather events, heat waves, floods, hurricanes, rising sea levels, catastrophic biodiversity loss, and critical water and food insecurity. These impacts disproportionately affect vulnerable populations, driving mass migration, health crises, and economic disruption, with nearly 3.6 billion people living in highly susceptible areas. It is reported that 2015 through 2025, are already the hottest 11 years on record. It is projected that each year in this period from 2025 to 2029 will be about 1.2 centigrade to 1.9 degrees centigrade warmer than the 1850-1900 average, with a 70% chance that the 5-year average for 2025-2029 will be above the goal threshold of 1.5 degrees centigrade. Every fraction of a degree of additional warming intensifies heat waves, extreme rainfall, droughts, ice loss, ocean heating, and sea level rise, compounding harm for people and ecosystems worldwide. We are already seeing extreme weather issues. Extreme weather impacts millions and costs billions. Climate change is also a leading driver of biodiversity loss, threatening over 14,000 species and pushing roughly 1 million animal and plant species toward extinction. Rapid shifts in habitats, particularly in the Arctic and coral reefs, are exceeding species' ability to adapt, with 2 degrees centigrade of warming threatening 18% of all land species. 2025 saw the global water crisis rapidly accelerate. Droughts deepened, glaciers shrank, and groundwater supplies were depleted at alarming rates. As climate protection and research within the Environmental Protection Agency faced rollbacks, food insecurity continued to grow, underscoring the fragile link between the environmental stability and our food systems. According to reporting from Civil Eats, the Trump administration convened a working group to produce findings that could justify repealing the EPA's endangerment finding, the landmark determination that greenhouse gas emissions endanger public health and welfare. We have a precious resource, freshwater resource at the Great Lakes, but there are companies that would monetize that water source. Our U.S. coastal areas are at risk of flooding and infrastructure damage. In the western United States, human-caused climate change has led to an additional 4.2 million hectares of burned area over the period from 1984 to 2015. Some models estimate that the western U.S. will see 54 to 100% more land burned annually by 2050. Clearly, we need to take these issues seriously and cut carbon emissions by using solar, wind, and hydro alternative energy sources. These issues provide motivation for us to do all that we can do to be better stewards of our planet. May this service remind us and provide motivation regarding what we as a church community and as individuals can do towards this goal. There are also people in our congregation facing personal issues of death, health, and financial need, as well as joys over births, job success, and recovery. May we hold all these concerns and joys in our thoughts.
You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. 'Cause I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. And if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of a mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle and a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does a sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain, and you paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still, and you own the earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Thank you, Jeffrey. In this second intentional spiritual practice, I will lead you in a breath meditation I learned from my Sufi teachers. It's a good meditation for this service because it focuses on the elements. The meditation will be followed by 1 minute of silence. So sit comfortably with your feet on the floor, hands in a receptive position, eyes closed or softly unfocused. As I describe the kind of breathing and the visual associations, begin to breathe in the prescribed manner. Breathe in and out while I am describing the visualizations and possible connections. For individual practice, 4 repetitions of each breath is recommended, but today don't concern yourself with the number you are able to do. Just breathe in and out as directed. The first breath is breathe in deeply by the nose and out deeply by the nose. The element is earth. The color is brown. This breath is grounding, centered. The chakra is the root chakra. The second breath is to breathe gently in by the nose and out by the mouth gently. The element is water. The color is blue-green. Image water running off of your fingers. The third breath is breathing in sharply by the mouth and out by the nose. The element is fire. The color is red-orange. This breath warms the heart chakra. The fourth breath is a refined breath, in by the mouth, out by the mouth. The element is air, the color blue. The chakra is the third eye. There's a fifth breath. It's in by the nose, pause 2 beats, out by the nose, pause. The element is ether, the colors of the rainbow. It is mystical, the crown chakra. It is sometimes recommended as square breathing by therapists for clients who suffer from panic attacks. And now for a moment of silence.
The reading this morning is Change from the Earth by Irene Glass and Rebecca Savage. There is a song beneath the soil. 10 million voices raise their call in no human language. Life flows through the tangle of roots, mycelium, microbiota, and crawling, burrowing, tunneling life. The song flows upward through trunks and stems and blades of tender grasses and races out into the air. It is picked up and carried on no human tongues. It is in the footfall of paw and hoof. It hums in the buzz of wings and the fluttering of feathers. It shines on scales and fins and slithering skins. And if we are quiet and pay attention, sometimes we remember that we are part of this song as well, and we have notes to sing. The Anthropocene is an experiment. What happens when we humans forget that the life around us is part of us? That these lives have no less inherent worth and dignity? How many more singers of the earth song will go silent forever? Today, we are charged to remember, to know that as we live together in community, we are also in community with the silently singing lives in the vast congregation of the earth as well. The interdependent web of existence is no allegory. It is as real as the heart beating within our chests. We are charged to do what we can to help those who cannot advocate with human language, who cannot scream for help when they are suffering. We have a role to play in softening the blow of the age of humans. We have a voice that can help to shape the world to come. We are so charged in the name of the sacred song, the tapestry of life of which we are a part. Let us remember, then act.
You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. Greenhouse gases must go away. We hear your warning about global warming. Tomorrow will be a brighter day.
We can no longer just stand by as glaciers melt and species die and disappear, millions in tears. It is time to clean up our skies. Together, put on the brakes. Turn around before it is too late. No more than 2 Celsius degrees. We can do this if we all believe.
You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. Greenhouse gases must go away. We hear your warning about global warming. Tomorrow will be a brighter day.
Fire, floods, droughts, hurricanes, energy policies that are insane. We must save our earth in time, not protect the corporate bottom line. All that methane and CO2 can be controlled, it's up to me and you. Raise our voices, we're not alone. This blue sphere is our only home.
You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. Greenhouse gases must go away. We hear your warning about global warming. Tomorrow will be a brighter day.
A cleaner world within our grasp. Make hydrocarbons a thing of the past. Solar, wind, and hydro too is our future. It's up to me and you. An agreement over in France gives us hope, the world a chance. But we all must get on board, fully implement the Paris Accords.
You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. Greenhouse gases must go away. We hear your warning about global warming. Tomorrow will be a brighter day.
What will our children say if we do nothing but turn away? For them and us, the future calls. Save our planet for both one and all. Youth of the world, understand. We hold their future in our hands. Now is the time, now is the hour, for together It's our world, only one we know. Stand together, hand in hand. We can do this, oh yes we can. You are our sunshine, our only sunshine. Greenhouse gases must go away. We hear your warning, our global warning. Tomorrow will be a brighter day. Yes, tomorrow will be a brighter day. Tomorrow will be a brighter day.
Reverend Tim forwarded the link to this video to me and David Strickler, who further investigated the lyrics and chords. He did a very credible version of it for our most recent Blessings of Diversity. But we agreed that if we could show the video, as the tech crew has graciously done, you would see this excellent videography as well. Pat Scanlon, the creator of this climate change music video, says, "This video was filmed in houses of worship from across Massachusetts, including North Parish UU, North Andover, Old South Church UCC, Boston, African Methodist Episcopal Church, Jamaica Plain, and 2 other locations, True Collaborative YWCA, Manchester, New Hampshire, and on the Boston Common in front of the Massachusetts State House. The backbone of the climate change movement is rooted in faith-based congregations. Unitarian Universalists are well known for being at the forefront of social, environmental, and peace movements." He then urged that we share with our congregations, saying, "This project is totally nonprofit. Anyone working or educating on climate change has full permission to use the song and our music video, You Are Our Sunshine, in any way you see fit. Its use is covered by the Fair Use Doctrine. The video is a call to action intended to inspire action. We can do this. Oh, yes, we can." I will place a YouTube link in our Facebook group so that you indeed can do this. Share it widely. And maybe you'll get to hear David sing it sometime too. I have offered this Green Sanctuary service for many years. The credit for our certification as a Green Sanctuary goes to many people from this congregation. Karen Porter faithfully shepherded us, all of us, through a multi-year process which involved the board, the staff, the religion education classes, the Social Justice Committee, and many members involved in various aspects of our application. And we have continued to add to these efforts. I will share some of our efforts later in the sermon. My hopes that this service will be a motivation to better care for our planet home, but they don't come from me as an expert. I need to improve my efforts also in many aspects of reducing climate change and protecting us from encroaching disaster. I am old. My body tells me every day. I no doubt will not see the worst of these coming dangers, but we owe it to our children and our grandchildren to really improve our habits and activism towards a better future. Interestingly, 2 of the sheroes of caring for our planet created youth-oriented projects. Jane Goodall created Roots and Shoots, and the website includes many resources for remembering Jane since her passing. Robin Wall Kimmerer, who wrote the little story that we had today, not only published the picture book, but has a new web-based grassroots movement called Plant Baby Plant that invites people to reimagine our shared future through acts of care for the earth. My own interest in biology started eons ago when I was doing my undergraduate degree from the University of Toledo. I ended up being a French teacher even before I had graduated, so I couldn't complete a major in biology. but I had enough hours to have a teaching minor. It's really good, though, that I ended up teaching French, because French didn't change very much during my career. Biology, on the other hand, has changed drastically during my lifetime. My interest in biology never stopped. I have read a lot about the changes in understanding DNA and how modern science improves upon the old binary classification system, which had living beings either animals or plants. Not only does modern science reject binary sexual orientation in humans, there are more DNA combinations than XX and X and YY. I won't go into that completely for this sermon, but it's a very interesting finding. But the delineation between animals and plants is also not so binary. Lichens, which in my botany courses were considered plants, are now considered to be both animal and plant, a symbiosis that has kept lichens a part of our living creatures for at least 400 million years. And we humans are physically composed of the same elements found on Earth. 99% of our body mass is made up of just 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. We are literally Earth walking around. We are not only a part of nature, but we are composed of its basic elements. And our bodies contain essential bacteria, which are living organisms, but are not considered now either animals or plants. The Unitarian values that are highlighted in our need to better care for the earth, although all of them apply, are interdependence and gratitude. An example of interdependence is that plants produce oxygen for animals and provide food, while animals provide carbon dioxide necessary for photosynthesis and often assist in seed dispersal or pollination. There is also interdependence between non-living and living elements. Plants rely on sunlight for energy, water to transport nutrients, and soil for structure. Animals and plants require clean air for respiration. My reading included all of the books by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Her book, Braiding Sweetgrass, remains one of my all-time favorite books. For those who don't know, sweetgrass is a grass that is braided and used in smudging by our indigenous friends. But she uses that as a metaphor to braid Western science and indigenous wisdom from her Potawatomi culture. She credits Western science with excellent observation skills. She credits indigenous cultures with seeing all of nature as spiritual. Indigenous cultures are aware that they are intrinsically bound with all of nature. She urges us to learn to see with both eyes, indigenous and Western science. Seeing with 2 eyes, binocular vision, is what gives us depth perception. Recently, BGSU brought Robin Wall Kimmerer to speak with us locally. These are some of her thoughts. Her title was, "What Does the Earth Ask of Us?" She focuses on gratitude, relationship, and reciprocity. She says, "It is the indigenous way to always begin with gratitude. This time of year, we are grateful for the spring air that fills our lungs, plants, flowers. If we buy strawberries at the store, all wrapped in plastic and cellophane, we pay the price asked. That is the end. It is a transaction. If we grow our own strawberries and pick them, we are grateful and respectful. We take only what we need and leave some for other people and animals. We have a relationship with the strawberries. Gratitude leads to reciprocity. What can we give back to the strawberries? We take care of them." When we non-Indigenous people think about the gifts from Mother Nature, we are not grateful. Instead, we ask the question, what more can we take? It's not our right to keep taking. We can live in a way that the earth can be grateful for us. How do we reciprocate to earth with our gifts? As Bud learned in the story today, we reciprocate the gifts of the earth with our own gifts. What language do we use? Language reflects culture. We refer to a tree as it. The word it makes a being an object. Kin is all our relations. Instead of saying it, we should say ki, singular, and kin, plural. I love these words, ki and kin, but I admit they will not be easily adopted. There is a UN Declaration of the Rights of Mother Nature. Whose rights prevail? The rights of citizens of Toledo to clean water? The rights of Lake Erie to exist, flourish, and evolve? The rights of agribusiness to pollute water beyond their property? The UN backed a study on biodiversity and ecosystem services, a global assessment report. There is a catastrophic decline in biodiversity, except in indigenous regions. 80% of the world's biodiversity is safeguarded by indigenous people. 80%. Engage indigenous knowledge, not to go back, but to go forward. Indigenous values and worldview. An April 6, 2026 Times Magazine article by Hindu Warren Ibrahim, president of the Indigenous Women and Peoples Association of Chad, makes much the same point. Indigenous cultures are not the problem, but a possible way forward. What does the earth ask of us? Respect. Now we turn to what our church is doing to care for the earth and what you might do to help. Our Compassion Garden is an important part of our Green Sanctuary programs. Pictured are compost, an example of our environmentally friendly and safe gardening, seeds that Karen got from Toledo Grows Seed Swap, and a little extra help we got cleaning the beds this spring from you two volunteers. Karen Porter and Dave Murray are contacts for the garden. Our rain garden and native plants gardens have led to our being certified also as a Sacred Grounds Church. The National Wildlife Federation Sacred Grounds Initiative recognizes and supports congregations, houses of worship, and faith-based communities that create wildlife habitats and actively link faith and caring for the environment. Currently, there are 37 registered faith communities participating in the Toledo area, and we are one of them. We continue to promote recycling. Karen Porter organizes styrofoam recycling and various helpers, including the Gambles, take styrofoam to Ann Arbor. Mary Souther graciously takes our used batteries to Bedford Township Hall for recycling. Watch your UUFII for details about recycling opportunities. The Toledo Repair Cafe is free for anyone. They will try to help you fix any broken household item. It is a multi-faith co-ministry started by Park United Church of Christ just down the road and Sylvania Baha'i Community. Other partnerships include the Multi-Faith Council of Northwest Ohio, and this church is a member of the Multi-Faith Council. And the Toledo Lucas County Library. Their next event is this coming Saturday, April 25th, from 10 to 2 at the Maumee Public Library. This is a bold attempt to counter our throwaway society. They have a team of volunteers, and their repair success rate is exemplary. Our solar panels help reduce our carbon footprint and also save us some money. Tim Reichert has been our rep for the Citizens Climate Lobby, which has groups in Toledo and Perrysburg and the Climate Reality Project, which supports global activism and training. On February 8th, Angie Fitzpatrick led a presentation on the Citizens Climate Lobby during Spiritual Forum. Next Sunday, from 2 to 5 p.m., there will be a Multi-Faith Earth Day celebration hosted at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, a bit further down from us at 1825 Glendale, and sponsored by the Multi-Faith Council for its 25 years of promoting local multi-faith harmony and sacred grounds, promoting faith and care for the earth. It is free. All are invited. Our church will be represented by a table, David Strickler's band, and my own Dances of Universal Peace group, accompanied by musicians David, Nessa, and White Crow, as I lead, three earth-centered dances, and invites all to join in. I hope you can come, and I hope you will join in. It's teach as you go, so it's easy, and it's such a nice way to embody caring for the earth. Well, I hope you have discovered ways that you could help us continue to fulfill our goal of better caring for the earth. What is it that the earth asks of us? It asks that we respect all of nature's creation. It calls us to gratitude for its many blessings. And finally, it asks that we use our own gifts to reciprocate for the bounteous gifts of the earth, to give back. It is a call to action. May we respond. Blessed be. May it be so.
Our achieving Green Sanctuary accreditation 15 years ago required long and detailed congregational work, at least 10 projects, most church-wide. We Toledo Unitarians have done our best to honor our accreditation as a Green Sanctuary. Two examples are this Sunday service and the high dedication I hope we've all seen of Karen Porter separating waste and the cooperation of the kitchen crew so we can recycle and make compost and minimize what goes into the landfill. While at times we haven't met the highest environmental goals for practical or other reasons, including the COVID time, we have continued to work at being environmentally responsible and sustainable. The Unitarian Universalist Association recently announced that it's revitalizing the program with Green Sanctuary 2030, mobilizing for climate justice. Instead of long-term accreditation, the 2030 structure offers yearly recognition. That change means churches, while not setting the extensive work behind them from pre-2030 accreditation, might have continuing congregational attention. A UU World headline on the new program says, Green Sanctuary 2030 promises more action, less paperwork. The 2030 process has 4 essentials for climate action for our Green Sanctuary team to address. Those essentials present unique but interconnected areas that are critical to advancing climate justice, the new Green Sanctuary website states. There is congregational transformation, working together to improve the ways we organize and collaborate. Community resilience, cultivating communities of care to prepare for and respond to climate disruption. Justice, partnering with those most harmed by climate change to build thriving communities. And mitigation, reducing emissions from energy usage, transportation, waste, and consumption. The Green Sanctuary team is given 5 approaches to support your congregation: resources and activities to develop and nourish your team, ground your actions in the realities of oppression and harm in your community, create a shared reimagining of your community thriving, explore possible actions for each essential, and agree on short-term actions and long-term goals. And there is one requirement for yearly recognition: for us to send to the Green Sanctuary people a report showing that we completed at least one action from the Essentials for Climate Action, as well as having ongoing plans. To reach the annual recognition, though, first, our team has to report at least 4 actions, 1 per essential. After that, it's 1 action a year to maintain our Green Sanctuary accreditation. Our Green Sanctuary team is considering how to adapt for the update. It might mean a more active team instead of a few volunteers working largely behind the scenes. Not more total action as we've been doing the work, but more public action involving more of the congregation, not just the team. We can do the work, can't we? The Green Sanctuary information on the web tells us you do not need to complete each approach to receive recognition. You don't have to get approval from the UUA at every step like in previous versions. Do what works for your team. We'll figure this out with your shared attention, help, and activity. Blessed be.
All right, now it is time for our offering. Our church does not receive funding from a parent organization. We are entirely responsible for the funding of our own congregational needs and for engaging in service to others. Please be generous as the baskets are passed here in the sanctuary. You may also donate online at our website and via Venmo. A QR code is on the screen, and a handout in the pew rack also has that QR code. The offering music is May Peace Reign Over Us by Steve Malloy at singoutlove.org.
May peace, peace reign over us. Let it fill this place. May peace, peace reign over us till we're filled with grace. May it flow through the lands and the rivers. May it bring rebirth. May peace, peace reign over us, covering all the earth. May it flow over the lands and the rivers. May it bring rebirth. May peace, peace reign over us, covering all the earth.
Okay, it's the coming soon part of our gathering, where we tell you what's scheduled for next Sunday, give some announcements, and let you know what's up for right after we leave the sanctuary. Next Sunday, join us for a spiritual forum in Fellowship Hall at 9:45 a.m., when we'll welcome Peggy Daly Masternack, who will speak about the proposed I-75 expansion.
The 11 a.m. service live and on our Toledo Unitarians YouTube channel will be led by commissioned lay minister David Strickler with the title, The Larger UU Faith. He will go deeper into the history of Unitarianism in Europe, in particular about the Unitarian connection to Islam that Reverend Dr. Susan Ritchie presents in her book, Children of the Same God. Then we will learn more about an opportunity to experience a wider view of contemporary UUism at the Central East Region Summer Institute Serivce, a multi-generational UU camp in July at Oberlin College. Susan Ritchie will speak about co-creating hope, the art and beauty of resilience.
There are a couple of meetings just after church today that might be of interest to some of you. At 12:15, Unitarian Action, one of our groups taking part in social justice in the larger community, will meet in the Alcott room to discuss current projects and activities and to solicit ideas for possible other involvement. Everyone is invited. Here in the sanctuary at about 12:30, there will be another training session for the Sunday Services Committee, to which you're cordially invited. This is the group that will start presenting lay-led services in the summer and continue once a month during the church year. The training sessions will help people know what a service needs and how to prepare, including finding readings and developing sermons. There's no need to sign up. You can just show up. Unitarian Action will also meet today at 1:15 to discuss current projects and activities and to solicit ideas for possible other activities. Everyone is invited to attend. Service is our prayer. This coming Sunday, April 25th, from 10:30 a.m. to noon and continuing for 4 weeks, our Mosaic classes for 2nd and 3rd graders will begin. Mosaic is an anti-racism curriculum created by a multiracial team of educators, tailored to kids' developmental ages. The training can help kids to counter internalized racist assumptions and beliefs. For more information, contact Ginny Gottman, our Director of Lifelong Learning.
The next social action Saturday also comes up this week. Please join us at 11:30 a.m. Saturday at the church to assemble care packages for those in need. The packages will be distributed in the larger community. Donations requested are small hygiene items such as deodorants, toothpaste, shaving kits, sunscreen, antiseptic wipes, and first aid items.
It's time for committee reports. All right. If you were the head of a church committee, group, or team last year, you should have received an email from our office with a link to an online form for you to fill out for the annual report. If the chair has changed, please forward to the new chair and let the office know. If you're on a new committee, group, or team, make us aware of that. Annual reports are due May 1st, so we can prepare the packet for the annual meeting. All right, looking ahead, get ready to dance. Following up on our snowball from January, it's the next seasonal get-together. The Spring Rising semi-formal in Fellowship Hall at 4 p.m. on May 2nd. Dress up a bit and come enjoy dancing and refreshments. Please see Amelia Bickerstaff for more information. Finally, we invite you to join us in Fellowship Hall after today's service for coffee, conversation, and social time. And during coffee hour, the new Unitarian t-shirts will be on sale at $20 a piece to help fund the replacement of the big banner of the Chalice quilt and the Pride and Pan-African flags on the front of our building. The sun has washed much of the print away, so we need some fresh color.
As Angie extinguishes the chalice, we will recite together an adapted Kimmerer version of the Golden Rule. The Golden Rule, Kimmerer version adapted. Take only what you need, use it well, give back to the earth. The chalice is now extinguished. It is up to us to carry the light out into the world. appreciate the earth's gifts in gratitude, and reciprocate by better caring for our planet home. Go in peace. Blessed be. May it be so.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you can